Okay, started mega late today. Mega late, but it is what it is. I had to finish Expedition 33, and I watched a couple episodes of Solo Leveling 2. The last two-ish episodes just for hype. I was in a hype mood. Very good game. Alright, so, gotta continue. Just doing 3 hours a day. It's fine. It's what it is. I gotta get better. Alright, so. Last we did. Went through. 163. Okay, and then I was looking at some games. Excuse me. The enemies slide. They kind of walk. They attack in slow motion. And their movement speed is a lot faster than the animations are. So it looks like you're going like this, but you're moving fast for some reason. Okay, $30 is crazy. Okay. Pointers and references. These are fine. I'm just going to critique these answers. Getting to the point where it doesn't feel super valuable for some topics. I can only answer the same question so many times. I think starting to hit a little bit of a bottleneck. Makes sense, yeah, because there's no definition to call, just like a template function. Same core features, that's the point. Okay. Alright, let's go. More to learn. Member functions can be overloaded, so we could have Doesn't have to actually relate to the base. Well, let's find something functional. Or sure, yeah, you could do this. Cool. Yes, we can indeed overload member function. You could call it with no arguments, or you could call it with prefix. Uh, see, okay, so see, they don't have member. Okay. Right. Instead of raising questions, why does it have access to do this but not to do that? Okay. I think it being an aggregate means that when you initialize it with the data members. But you could have a constructor function which occurs when you call the function itself when you create it, and I think that might fuck with the syntax. Or it might mean that we're doing different. We're not necessarily using the values we're passing as initializers, maybe. But I think they would be because it's called a constructor. I think the values you pass to it are used in construction of the object. Maybe not. I mean, you may as well namespace, yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. I agreed. Oh, okay. Easy enough. A struct that holds two ints as a member function. Yeah, it's easy enough. Yep. Could give it a name too. It'd be cool if we could create it and it automatically gets its own name. Okay. Cool. One of them, I totally did that. What happens when I'm not using distinct names? Boom, boom. Yep, one is not, one is. Yep, yep, yep. What? Oh, hold. Oh, because it's one that needs a reference to another. Oh, okay, I gotcha. I misread it. Oops, sorry. I'm feeling more urgency, so I'm trying to go faster. Using assignment, not equivalence. Oh, or we could just say 1 and 2, 1 and 3, and then, or hold on, and oh, this should be 2, 2 and 3. One, two, three. Hold. One, two, three. 1 is not equal to 2. It is equal to 3. 3 is not equal to 2. Makes sense. Cool. Alright, works. Yep, so returning whether both are equal. This is exactly. Yep, same implementation. That works. Cool. Cons class objects, meaning that I actually only read the tiniest little bit, but I mean, just like regular constants, they're required to be given initializers so that they're never undefined or they're never uninitialized. Therefore, using them is never undefined behavior. They also can't be changed. How that works with the parameters. Like if you have changeable parameters in the class, and the object that owns the data members is constant, so does that mean you then can't change even changeable ones? Maybe you have a pointer to one. If you have a pointer to a modifiable L value that's inside a non-modifiable object or class, can you then still do that? I'm not sure. Yep, create it and initialize. Well, if we want to make sure they aren't modified, we probably 100% want to. Modifying data memory. Oh, cool. Nice. I guess private and public is like local scope. Struct is like it has global scope, so anything in it you can view, unless you make it in a class private. And then can't actually even reference it unless you're inside it, I think. That's how that works. Like in one character I can't just get the health of another. I have to call the get health function. Maybe we don't want to change it. What does that look like? Are you sure? Apparently this isn't true. Oh, we're saying so the struct can be const. Can I modify things directly in it? I guess it just doesn't give a shit about const being in the definition. It's that the object would need to be const. Yeah, that's totally the truth here. We just define it. We can't just define it as a const. But we can make this be const. Can't even call. Yeah, it's like it's just disallowing it. Oh, there it is. The object has qualifiers that are not compatible with it. Okay, that makes sense. And it's saying it can't convert the const implicit object to a non-const, to a reference. Const objects may not call non-const member functions. Really? Meaning that if we have a const date, we can't even print. It would have to be normally we only make functions const expression or const eval because we're trying to say when it's evaluating. But I guess if we make it const, the compiler treats it as saying that it's not going to manipulate anything in the owning class. Okay. Same error. I don't really like that. Just says there's an issue with the object. Something to remember. Const objects can't call non-const member functions. Oh. Gotcha. So it wants it after. A const member function has const for the body and of the signature. Gotcha. Same error. We have some transitive stuff. Not compatible with B thing. Okay, cool. So it's at least telling me where in the object the issue is. Nice. Sunburn. Call it on the object. Okay. Makes sense. So she guaranteed that there's everything is constant. Gotcha. That's fine because it's initially happening. Yep. Yeah, I already got that. Because we had a const one calling thing, which is not a const function. Okay. Yeah. Const is applying to the object. It can't change shit inside of itself. Oh, or I guess so it can have its own local variables and its own parameters, but it can't fuck with the members. They're constant. Yeah, it makes sense. You could have a const function. Oh yeah, because we could have a b, and the b is not necessarily const. Makes sense. And we create a date and call the const function. The date isn't const. If it doesn't modify the state of the object, it should be made const. Okay. We could do that for getters and setters too, right? We could create a temporary here too, right? Well, I don't know. Could I? Let's find out. Oh shit, I can. It's actually easier than I thought. Interesting. Alright, so I don't know what the private stuff is, but alright, we'll find out later. Oh, I guess we can't change it at all, so we would have to call a set. So we'd have to call, interesting. We can't specify the data members. We can't refer to it because it's private. So not only can I not change it, I also can't even set it. Okay, makes sense. So who are the lyrics here? This is insane. Gotcha, makes sense. Okay, so make sure that we're calling it on in const objects. We're making this guy const, that it's gonna stay const, because if we remove it later, fucked. I'm updating my ratio. I'm gonna do 2 hours of learning, 1 hour of self-study, but I'm still gonna split it. So it's gonna be an hour and a half, and then half an hour and an hour, because I need more learning than I need the self-testing. Self-testing is good. It's just it doesn't take super long, and I've covered these things enough to where I need more stuff. Thirsty for new information. Oh, if we pass it and we make it constant, then can't. Oh shit, is that right? Okay, it's actually all right here. Interesting. What about Wait, okay, this stuff is still fine. I'm not sure what the issue is. Oh, the point is, this isn't const. That's the issue. If this isn't const, then this is all cool. Wait, hold. Oh, well, actually, this is going to be the issue. This is fine. Problem is in this definition, though, we are calling a non-const member function for a const variable, or at least an object that we're treating as const. Because we're treating it as const, it has to be a const function. So this is now fine. So we're gonna make it const if we're gonna pass it by const reference, then the function. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa! Oh my god, whoa, whoa, whoa! There's also a spider on the fucking wall. Great, it's big too. Fuck. Dude, jump and kill it real quick? Fuck. Dead, got it. Very occasional problem. Been on for a while now. I'm warm. Okay, so that's the interesting part. So, are we going to get into a point where we're not passing objects as const, or where we're like if I have a big object, a character, and I'm passing a character somewhere, and I'm passing it by const reference to not touch it, then all the functions that are called in the context of that const reference need to be const. So what's the strat here? Do we not pass by const reference, and then we can call whatever we want? Or do we ensure that when we're only passing by const reference, that we're calling things that don't need to be changed, which should be, I mean, could be fine. So the point here is we could create, const local variables. Oh, meaning local variable in main. Gotcha. So we could create a const local variable of a class, or we could create a non-const one, and I could pass it as const though via const reference. And that's actually more common, huh? Well, yeah, because I guess if I create it, we're not going to be changing it. So, I mean, it's probably the case that when you create an object, it's going to be changeable. Like if I create a class, like a classroom, is my... No, I opened the wrong thing. I meant to open the mic thing. Oh, I knew it. I knew the voice was fucked. You're not going to hear anything. All right, now we're good, though. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me. It seems like it would be pretty uncommon to create a straight up const object. I mean, maybe 0, 0 coordinates or something, or yeah, like coordinates for towns you could have as const points if point is a 3D struct or a vector. Yeah, the problem here, I wish you didn't make it a comment. The problem is we have date and we have a function, a member function, okay. And then we're creating a date today and we're calling print. Okay, that's fine. All right, print's cool. But then we're doing do something. And do something takes a const reference of date, which means, ooh, that const reference is using print, which is not const. We can't call non-const member functions on const objects. Oh wait, hold. Why was I thinking there was going to be an issue earlier? Well, I guess the issue would be if I'm passing an object as const, then even if it's not const, the functions need to be const. So just be careful about making functions and be aware of whether or not they're going to, or of whether they're going to manipulate or to change values of data members. Interesting. And so what does it prioritize the non-const if it's a non-const thing and the const for the other, or what? What does it do first? Excuse me. When would it ever even call the non-const if it doesn't prioritize it? Oh, and how would we even have overloads if they aren't distinguishable by return? Well, I mean, I guess this isn't return type only, so I guess it would be based on whether the object is const or not, huh? Yeah, so it's part of the signature. They differ only in constness, and they are considered distinct. Interesting. Okay, cool. And that's how. So you have a const object, it calls the const version. You have a non-const, it calls the non-const. Okay, that makes sense. Oops. Public and private. Eating a burrito. Gotcha. Meaning that I can't update or change or get or do anything with private members. I can't do one hand. Oh fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, I can't keep the speed up. Access level. Okay. Damn, we don't touch that for a long time. And it's protected something that doesn't get inherited? Okay. I do push-ups real quick. I'm gonna do 5 one arm clean, both arms. Oh, this is gonna be tough. I need wide legs though. Oh fuck. I need to get closer. Oh, I can't. Okay, that was. I think I was overstating what I was able to do. Okay, actually, I just need to warm up. That's what I need. Not smart to go straight into it, I think. Okay. I'll give it a couple minutes and then I'll go. Yep. Makes sense. I'm gonna make a guess here. Excuse me. Okay, I think this is right. So we could do this. Gotta do this. Okay. I can't do this. Nope. So we can't touch this guy. What I could do though, I can't update it here, but we could say cool. We have to update it via encapsulation. Alright, let's do those push-ups real quick. It's punishment for not doing enough today. Well, that's how you get a tonsil stone out. God damn. Next time I have tonsil stones, I'll do that, I guess. And this is okay because we can see these, we can set them here. This one we're gonna get to probably getter. Oh, not yet. No getters and setters yet. Okay. How about encap? Really? Not even encapsulation yet. Excuse me. Oops. Just testing something. Excuse me. Hmm. I'll mix them up real quick. Oh, okay, cool. Nice. All right. I applied for global entry, this thing that allows me to get back into the US easier, and it comes with a TSA pre-check, which is just easier boarding and shit, faster, so I can arrive later. Not spend as much time at the airport. But I was wondering, because I got approved, so I'm just waiting to get. I'm conditionally approved, so I have to schedule an interview. And I was wondering how long that would take, or like how long I had to schedule the interview. And you have 2 years, so it's easy. We're making this const because it's not manipulating anything, any data members. And it's because of the initialization, it's because of the direct access, and it's because we're trying to access print. Print is cool, but we can't access it from main. That's probably why we would have public functions, but private, or some public functions, but private members, and maybe even other functions too. Oh yeah, I think private was that if I had an object that was of a class, but it's a child, I think if we're talking inheritance, having a data member be protected makes it so that it can still access it. So like if we have a class called person and person has protected data property or protected data member mass, then a child class, literally called child, can access mass because it's protected. It can't access private though, maybe. Gotcha. Here's the setter. Yep. That's cool. Yeah, for static makes sense. Oh yeah. What would we? What does this area look like? Oh yeah. Same. Can't use the same identifier like that. Okay. Okay. So it's just how it is. Okay. Score. Okay. Does that include the function? Maybe. Yeah, I guess so. It does. What's this data member? So maybe a data member is not a member function. Okay. M underscore. All right. So not the function. The public ones do not. Okay. So structs are generally used as the actual pieces of a hand, and that's it. But if it has built-in functionality, then it's different. So like you could have a struct and it's literally called hand and it has finger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. There's no functions for bending the fingers. It's just that. So you could have like, but if you had a player class and it has different body parts, arms and legs, and you have functions that you want those arms and legs to do stuff, use a class then. So structs for packaging different separate objects into greater objects, or like object pieces into whole objects, whereas classes to include behavior too. Hmm. I wonder how you organize them. Do you do data members first and then member functions, and you do public and private and then public and private, or do you do public data members, private data members, member functions, private data members, member functions? I feel like the former might actually be more readable. Maybe not though. I don't know. So you have date, and it has a default date. Month. Wait, what, bro? Month and date? Hello? Some fake date. And then we're calling that function, and that's cool. The function can access it because those are the implicit object obtained from a this pointer or this reference. Cool. Give me. And I mean, we're probably not going to change. Well, maybe if I remove data members from something and then I make the class a struct, it then makes it public. But if I wanted to keep it private, I could have explicitly said it. Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Public, everybody sees it. Private, nobody sees it except itself. And protected, only the inherited. Okay. 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 Struct should avoid them all together. Everything should be public. They're aggregates, and aggregates are only public. Makes sense. Should generally only have private. Okay. Because so far, it seems like if you wanted security, like from users or something, accessing the source code, I could see it. But if it's just you, I mean, maybe it's. I don't know, like if I don't include. Well, if I include the definition in a file, it seems like I have to be pretty explicit if I want to accidentally get. If I want to get a name conflict, or I have to go x dot something to get the member. Well, if I just left it public, it's not like it's going to be conflicting with any other x's. It's only conflicting with an x in its own context. So, I'm not sure yet. I mean, I know this is the tradition. We have access functions and getters and setters and shit, but I'm not super sure why yet. Public member functions. Okay. Sometimes private. Okay. I can see it. Just like internal linkage. Well, yeah, of course not per object basis. The fuck? How would I have? How could I have a definition of a function? It's like having two definitions of, or one definition of a function, and then saying that in this I'm gonna pass it. Well, and in this it's gonna do. Well, when I call it here, I want it to do this. When I call it here, I want it to do this. Bro, you're just calling the function and passing it shit. It is what it is. It's defined at the function level. But here, for the classes, bro, the class is already defined, buddy. There's no. You're not gonna make an object and make it so that object's members are private or public versus the default class, the class's defaults. No, the definition. Mm. Interesting. So I could have B. A B is a class, and I create two different B's. In I can call the B's function, member function that's private. A private function. Well, hold. Yeah, I can call the well, doesn't matter, but I can have B's member function do stuff with another B's data members, even if those data members are private, because this B is a member of that B's class. It's the same. It's an instance of the same class. So All right, so I can make B A B B. Oh, oops. I think actually. And so now I could say a dot do. Oh, hold. There's no definition yet. A dot do hold. Oh wait, yeah, because it's not accessible from another function. Oh, wait, interesting. So we could have this be public. So we could say a dot do thing and pass it b dot has hold. So we could say b dot has stung. See? So now we could say, hey, a dot do thing, because do thing is public, we can access it. And we're going to pass it b. And it's passed b. This a, this b, can access another b's private data member via its public member function. Interesting, okay. So the name is private, but the other functions are public. We create a person called Joe, and we do joe.setName. We set it to be the name. And then we have Kate, and Kate, good name choices here. And then we set the name to be Kate, and then we can say Joe, public case member function, and we can access Kate. We could pass Kate, and in that function, it accesses this const reference dot m underscore name. It accesses another one's member, even though it's private. It's cool because it's a class. Okay. So like a monster could attack another monster, and even though the health is private, it can access the health of another monster in its own member functions. I need to remember to use m underscore. Yep. As a workaround, we've created a function called setName. Okay. Yeah, it also has access to the other ones because they're both the same class. Okay. Of any person, object, and scope. Don't have anything to that must be true during its existence. Okay. Structs used to return a set of data from a function. Okay. If we're using behavior, odds are probably a class. If we're just packaging data together and we don't care about who has access to it, then structy, yo. Okay. 30 minutes until next study, and then another hour and a half till 1 o'clock.